Now, here's a quick one that is a perfect example how often many gals will settle. They'll find that guy in their mid to late 20s who they consider to be a sure thing, that'll put a ring on their finger, marry them before they turn 30, and those guys get the bare minimum. They get the bare minimum in terms of how she looks at him, how she treats him, and most certainly in the bedroom. And this story here, no different. However, this guy, upon realizing this, because she flat out tells him, it kicks her to the curb and ends the engagement. It's awesome. So be aware of this for all you relationship guys. Titled, Am I the a-hole for breaking up with my fiancée after she told me she can give me the best SCX of my life, but she doesn't want to? And the shout out to Ash for sending me this story. He says, I, a 27-year-old male, was together with my ex-fiancée, a 27-year-old female, for 3 years. We had overall a good relationship, but I would say the problematic part was the intimacy. Well, there you go. If you're not getting what you want, then you shouldn't be with her. End of freaking story here. She was not into trying out new things and was very selfish in bed. I went above and beyond to pleasure her while she did not reciprocate. Smack! Dude, if she's not willing to give to you very much in the bedroom and being quite selfish, then I tell you something. But it also tells me that obviously you're more in this relationship than she is. And you shouldn't be going out of your way to pleasure her, if you will, when she's not willing to reciprocate. That just tells her that she can keep acting like a selfish a-hole here. And it doesn't sound like he wants her to do anything painful, or humiliating. It's just that probably just wants to, switch up the positions, if you will, or something like that. I made discussions about it with her, but all she said was, that's how I am. Well, I came to learn it was just how she was with me. Oh, I guarantee you back in probably high school and college, if she's remotely above average looks, she was all the freaky with the guys that she really wanted. She just settled for you, my man. I had a talk with her about it and asked if she was forced to do non-vanilla things in past relationships. In other words, was she forced to do things that made her uncomfortable, therefore she's got some issues? She told me no, and she actually liked these things. I'd be like, excuse me? I asked if there's a problem from my side and if there are things I can do to be better to make her more passionate. She told me there's no problem. I asked her why she does not put any effort in bed then, and she told me, I can rock your world, but I just don't want to. Oh my God. She must be so convinced that this guy isn't going anywhere, that this guy is so grateful to have her on his arm that she can actually even say that. I mean, they usually don't say that, but this one does. I mean, as if her actions haven't already communicated everything. Goodbye. Adios. Come on, bro. I understood this issue was not to be resolved in the future either, and I do not want to settle for that kind of thing. Good, you shouldn't, my man. I cannot force her to do something she does not want to do, so we are just incompatible in the end. I told her it's over, and she should pack her things to leave the house. She was surprised for some reason and tried to convince me. Yeah, because she was convinced herself that you weren't going anywhere, that she had you figured out. And she obviously didn't, but she pushed you too far. She tried to have the families convince me, but I was firm on my decision. She left the house today and has been texting me nonstop. Am I the a-hole here? No, the only a-hole is her. I could say you're the a-hole for putting up with her this long and trying to please her so much, but you had to learn. Bro, you are 27. Your prime hasn't even begun. Your prime is going to begin when you get in your 30s, when you've got some money put away and you really begin to establish yourself in your career and you're moving up the ladder, if you will, or whatever you're doing. Believe me, guys, if you're a guy that has your life together and you take care of yourself, you don't need to look like a model or anything like that. You just, you're thin because, let's be honest, half the population is overweight or obese. If you're just thin or even fit, if you're fit looking, you got it made. And you're doing well for yourself and you take care of yourself and everything, in your 30s, they're going to be lined up for you. You just have to be careful. And you always have to have a personality. You can't just be some, boring mute or something like that, walking around angry all the time or no personality. But if you have a good personality, you can have a good time hanging out, they're going to be after you. So why should you settle? And settle for this? No. Do not let her manipulate you. And she's going to love bomb you and beg you and say everything's going to be different. Nope. You need to control the narrative, make sure everybody knows what's going on here. But she told you everything. I'm actually shocked she did. So good for you for telling her to get out, move on. I'm sorry. I'm sure at some point he'll realize he's feeling dumb for being with her or being taken advantage of. But you know what? Worse has happened. You could have married her and it would have been really bad. So good for you, bro. Now some comments here. One guy says, not the a-hole, and I could put up with it, but I won't. She made a unilateral decision to ensure your SEX life sucks. So you can make the unilateral decision to ensure her love life stops completely. It's entirely fair. It's the very essence of fairness. Another guy says here, not the a-hole. Honestly sounds like she doesn't find you attractive and or truly loved you at all. She just decided to settle. What kind of a person intentionally denies their partner happiness? I'm not saying she had to rock your world every night, but in your whole relationship she hasn't tried during SCX even once. That says a lot. Trust me, guys, if a woman is really in love with you, really hot for you, believe me, she can't keep her freaking hands off you, okay? Trust me on this, and I'm sure many of you are aware of this. And the 4% of the women out there watch me know darn well, you got a guy you really like, you can't keep your freaking hands off him. It gets annoying at some point. And you certainly are more than willing to be very exploratory in the sack. You girls know what I'm talking about, and you guys know what I'm talking about. So if a girl doesn't want to do that, that says a lot about her attraction for you. Another one, not the a-hole 100%. What was the reason for the breakup given to the families? I went through something similar with an ex, and when I was being harassed, it turns out that the narrative provided by the ex was completely wrong and painted me as a complete SCX pest. When I corrected the narrative, I was still apparently in the wrong. It turned quite nasty for me, but I thrive in controversy, so I enjoy watching the drama all unfold and correcting her friends and family, not the a-hole. Right. So control the narrative, because she's going to definitely do that, and it's going to turn to a shitstorm. Another guy says, not the a-hole. She's been holding SCX as a bargaining unit. I doubt she truly can give you anything earth-shattering. She's just playing you to keep you around as a placeholder. She doesn't intend to follow through with her teasing, just using imaginary great sex as a weapon. If she's teasing so much that you are so turned on that you are losing your mind, that's not fair. In fact, it's just cruel. AKA, she's manipulating you. She has an agenda. She wants power over you. It's based on power and control. I know people who do that, and the normal person is like, bye-bye, your cock/pussy is not magical. And then they give you the old Pikachu surprise face. Yeah, exactly. And one more. Guy says, not the a-hole. Guarantees she sees you as lowly and a people-pleaser doormat. I also guarantee she's done way crazier crap with other guys and hookups and will always refuse to do any of that with you, no matter how much you ask. She's for the streets, my dude. Good luck. Don't take her back. Block her and her family and anyone else bothering you about it. Yeah, anybody gives him a hard time about it, say, listen, if it's someone he's close to, like his family or friends, say, I'm going to give you one shot here, and if you keeping me a hard time not taking my side, then don't freaking contact me again. And yes, that means you, Grandma. Seriously. Guys, life is short, and don't settle to be in a relationship with someone that doesn't treat you the way that you treat them. It's just not worth it. It's not going to go well for them. But there are people out there like this. So be warned, relationship guys. Oh, and by the way, I guarantee you, she's getting her kick someplace else. That you can bank on.